Welcome back to the Market Snapshot here on the Wasatch Front Living YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys joining us. So as we do always, we're going to be going over some key statistics that make up the real estate market here in the Wasatch Front. So stay tuned to find out what's going on. Just real quick, want to thank you again for joining us. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the Wasatch Front Living YouTube channel. You can do so by clicking in, I believe it's the bottom right corner. That way you stay up to date on any of the cool videos that we put out, such as the market updates and other cool content explaining what it's like to live in Utah and other things like that. So thanks in advance. All right, so days on market. Last week we were sitting at 14 days on market, which, as we've been saying in these videos, is just extremely fast. It's the lowest I've seen so far, which is it's insane. This week we've gone up to 17 days, which isn't much better, and isn't necessarily good news for buyers out there. It means you need to act fast. Things are going under contract 24 hours, 48 hours. So sometimes the buyers or the sellers will allow more time for offers to come in, so that might be pushing times that houses are going under contract a little bit further out, but they're still getting lots of offers and houses are going under contract and selling very quickly. Average sales price last week was $482,000. This week we've jumped down just a tiny bit to $471,000. Again, when we talk about this, the jumps from week to week are not as pertinent as the steady incline that we've been seeing, and that incline still is happening because there's such a shortage of inventory. Prices are still going up because there's still lots of buyers out there wanting to get into a home. So each listing is receiving lots of multiple offers, driving the price up, and that's number one factor contributing to that rise in price. So home sales we're seeing last week were at 735, and this week we've jumped down just a little bit again to 688 sales. Not really much to speak of there. That number has remained relatively steady. But as far as seeing more listings, we still haven't seen that, so that we aren't going to see a huge jump in the number of sales. It's either going to stay pretty steady around the number we're seeing, or it's going to take a dramatic dip if listings stop coming online. So speaking of active listings or listings coming online, last week we were at 972. This week we're at 924. So again, not much to speak about there. It's staying pretty steady. We were seeing an increase in listings for just a few weeks, but not by much. But we do need people to list their houses. So if you are interested in listing your house, reach out to me. Great time to get lots of money for your house. So let's talk. Number of under contract homes. Last week we're at 5,173. This week we're at 5,271 under contract homes. Again, kind of the theme of this video is that we're staying pretty steady as far as these categories go. I mean, there's a swing here and there, but for the most part, staying relatively steady. Houses are going under contract. We're not seeing an increase in listings, so we're not going to see that under contract number jump dramatically in either direction. Now on to interest rates. So last week we were at 3.23%. This week we're at 3.29%. So not a huge jump there, but interest rates have been on the rise. And so that will be pushing some buyers out of the market, or at least decreasing their purchasing power. 3-4 weeks ago, we were under 3 pretty easily for an average for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. And now most people, on average, are going to be above that 3% at that rate we're talking about. So we could see the dip again, but from what I'm hearing, those interest rates are going to continue to either be steady where they're at or continue to rise. So if you have been thinking about buying and you're in a good position to do so, it is still a pretty great time to take advantage of the low interest rates and save money on your financing over the long term. Okay, so our real estate term for today is a type of financing that you can get, especially if you're going to buy a house and want to fix it up. So if you're getting a fixer-upper that's not in absolutely terrible shape, it's semi-livable, you can kind of use this loan. It's a government-backed loan through the FHA. Well, it's a version of the FHA loan, but it allows you to also get financing for the improvements you're going to make. The name of the loan is called an FHA 203K home loan. So in a nutshell, it's basically just what I'm saying. You're able to get a house that maybe be in a little bit of a disrepair, and you're able to finance those costs that you're going to use for the rehab budget into the financing up front, so you don't either have to have the cash or find a different route for financing, such as hard money, which carry large interest rates. I guess the pros and the cons is it's a lower interest rate you're going to be receiving for the FHA loan, and the biggest one is it's pretty hard to make draws on the financing as far as getting money and contractors being paid. So the contractors that you're hiring either need to be okay with there being a delay in payments coming and those draws coming to pay them, or you need to find a different route. Different contractors would possibly do it yourself, that's possible, to get all those rehab things that you want done. All right, that's all we got for you on the Market Snapshot today. Appreciate you joining us today. And if you guys have any comments, questions, or things we didn't cover, as always, drop them in the comments. Leave us a like. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, or you can reach out to me directly at my phone number, my email, whatever you guys are most comfortable with. So thank you again, and I'll talk to you next time on the Market Snapshot.